Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of No Cap Reacts. I'm your man Bailey, aka Mr. Go Get 'em. So we are doing a Sunday night show. Welcome to Sunday Night Live. Tonight we're gonna do things a little differently. As y'all see, the screen, the backgrounds, everything's a little bit different because go ahead and start pulling in all these different people that we have that are guests tonight. Welcome to the show. We got Filet in the building. We got Six Keys. We got Plex. We got Neek. And in the background, all the way in the background, way in the background, looking like
Yo,
we got P. Everybody say what's up.
What's good?
yo, what's good? What's good?
All right, so I got hit up the other day, and the way this kind of worked out is my guy P over there said he needed me to tap in. He sent me a flyer. There's a show coming up. What is it, on the 27th, right? And it is called F Pay for F Pay to Play. For those of y'all that don't know, Pay to Play is something that actually happens out here in the music industry. It's been going on for shit. I started doing music in the fucking 90s. This is 2025, and they still got artists paying just to do shows. So they've come together. They've created a situation where they're saying they done. We're not doing it no more. So that is what we're going to be talking about tonight. We're going to be talking about the current state of the music industry, the pay to play, how they've been taking advantage of artists for shit. Well over shit. I'm
Ages.
45, so for a long ass time.
I think I remember a time in the Bible where Jesus flipped the tables.
Exactly.
It's that long.
So, they flipping the script on the way they do things out here in the industry, started right here in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm gonna shut my black ass up and let these artists tell they side of the story and what's going on with them, because it's not just in the music industry, it is also happening in the world of modeling. It is happening in the arts district, because there are artists that I've had on the show that I've interviewed. They've went through their own situations. So you know what? If we're gonna do it, we got to do it right. We're gonna make it a movement. P, tell us what's going on.
All right. So basically, I got locked in with the peoples that's involved, such as World Peace, Six Keys, Plex, and they brought to my attention. They've been, of course, I do shows, so they've been educating me on how they feel in regards to charging artists to perform on shows. Although I've never been that type of dude to actually charge artists to be on shows. I always look at it like a partnership. So they kind of like, trying to work with a lot of different artists from the indie local standpoint. And they was feeding me information, over time. And I listen. I don't always agree, I don't always comply, but I do listen. And from sitting back, I took roughly about a year and some change off. Boss 360, we decided that we're going to be moving in a different direction. We'll talk about that later. But at the end of the day, when you sit back and you listen to the people that's around you talking about it, and then you start paying attention, I'm like, all right, I see what they're saying, I feel them, so let's figure it out. So then I started noticing with Filet and Six and Neek, the Invoice, and everybody is how they moving. I just said, all right, cool. I'm willing to support that and get behind that because it makes sense. It's not hurting nobody. And at the end of the day, if everybody can find mutual grounds, it could be beneficial for everybody and nobody really take an L. Now, for those hard-headed promoters out there that said they're going to keep doing it, status quo, same way, I'm just here to let you know that I'm a promoter. I do shows, and you can make money without working that way. It's just all about how you want to connect and what you're really trying to put into the event. Um, that's pretty much where I'm at for this. I'm not going to take the platform because the whole purpose of this platform and why me and you even connected today was to bring shed light on the event that's coming up. Thug Pay to Play on Friday. We want to get an audience out there so your listeners know that, hey, come on out. I'm gonna let them talk about the details. I'm gonna go in the background where I like to be.
All right. Welcome, Six Keys. This is the first time I've actually met you, sir.
So what's up?
All right. How long you been doing music?
For me,
Yeah.
seriously, I've probably been doing this seriously for like 10 years now. 10 years
All right.
now. Yeah.
10 years in the game. What has been your experience with the music industry and
Joey.
the pay situation?
Uh, it's been it's had its ups and downs. As far as like pay to play, I know it sounds like just the show thing, but it goes beyond that. You know what I'm saying? So I guess my first interaction with exploitation uh was probably when I was 21. I almost got signed to this label in Atlanta. They flew me out, whatever. And I thought, when they want to sign you, things come, you're not free, but up front. Uh, but that was not the case. I was having to pay for like beats and everything. It was crazy, and then the rates was we talking like thousands. So it was exploitation. You don't understand it until you get your feet wet in the game, right? And you probably ain't been far enough until you've been exploited in one way or another. So yeah, that was probably my first experience with the pay to play shit stuff. I don't know if we could cuss on here.
You can cuss.
Shit.
So yeah.
Relay.
What's happening, man? Peace and love.
Yeah, good to see you again, sir. Let's talk about it.
Talk about it, man. What are we talking about in particular? We are talking about pay to play, man. It's the same all around the world. It's the same song. Doom, 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 that. Because again, it's in every industry, and it's not just music industry. It's not even just in Hollywood industry. It's in your employment, your labor, the way you work, your everyday jobs, these big business. You know what I'm saying? That's where the concept actually stems from, because it comes from somewhere. You know what I mean? Like when Kobe was doing his thing, people, it comes from somewhere. Like it stems from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And that's where it comes from. Where we do business like the country that we live in. We're influenced by our country's values. You know what I'm saying? So pay to play is not about us not wanting to pay for anything. Like, let's not get it misstrued. We want people to understand that it's not what people see makes it seem. You know what I'm saying? It's like how can I put it? It's like we understand the job of police officers, but it still be fuck the police because of the entire instance of it. The whole big picture is fucked up. The system of our police departments is corrupt. It's the same thing with pay to play. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind paying $20 for a shirt that's worth $30. You know what I'm saying? 30, whatever the case may be, but it's a different story when you tell me that the shirt cures cancer, or if you wear this shirt, 50 Cent is gonna sign you. Like, and then it's $100 for the shirt. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the exploitation. That's what we mean by exploitation. You know what I'm saying? There's a value to what we do, and they don't honor that value. So it's a thing where it's pay to play until you can get the shit right, until we can get to a place of, actually doing business with integrity.
Yeah. Plex,
Yeah. What's good? What's good?
what is your experience with pay to play in this music industry?
My experience personally, I've been active for like 5 years now, taking it serious. But I've been working on my craft for about 8, 10 plus years. But as far as the industry and exploitation, I've never had an opportunity to really just go out and perform without having it seem like I had to come out of pocket and it wasn't really beneficial to the artist that was performing. You know what I'm saying? It's like people just trying to put up shows and trying to put on an event and taking advantage of people trying to look for an opportunity. But what I mean, we ain't not seeing nothing. I'm going out thinking I'm gonna pay this money. I'm gonna get some fans. I'm gonna get people really rocking with me. Ain't nobody in the crowd really rocking with me. They there because they were brought by some other artist or some other thing going on. I done paid money and left with nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm being real.
Yeah.
So I'll be going to all these little showcases, and half the time it'll be a bunch of artists just like myself, filled with the crowd. So they rocking with, they ain't really rocking with me. Anybody following, no fans, nothing like that. So it's hard to really seek a real opportunity in the grand scheme. I'm losing money the entire time. So as far as the F pay to play, it's a nice, genuine opportunity for people to just be like, yo, come out. They rock with you. They rock with you. They don't. I mean, there's all love there at the same time. But you ain't have to come out and really feel like you lost out on an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't have to feel like you put all this effort into all this work for it to really mean nothing. I've seen people really do showcases or freaking concerts, and they pay like $300 for a slot, 5 minutes, perform your song. And that's it. Like, it look good. Don't get me wrong. If you get a camera guy over there, it look good, but it don't really do nothing for you. So if those are the only opportunities that's available to you, it's gonna look like it's the only thing out there. So I gotta at least be on stage as an artist. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be on stage. I gotta get heard somehow. If it's the only thing out there, yeah, it may not be fair. Yeah, and it may not be right, but I gotta shoot my shot some way somehow. So yeah, I'll probably pay that money. You know what I mean? I gotta pay for that slot. I gotta pay for that hip hop festival. I gotta pay for that opportunity wherever it comes. So that's all there is there. So this is new. This is dope,
It's a cold game.
man.
Yeah. After Neek, man, I definitely want to get to the history of this whole ordeal for sure.
Yeah. I'll end off on saying at the end of the day, if you got money, oh, that stuff cool. You ain't gotta have no talent. You ain't gotta have no real skill. You ain't gotta have nothing, no fans or nothing. You got the money. You can be on any stage you want. It's gonna look like you popping.
Now, can we all agree that a lot of the people that are in the music industry, that are popping, suck, but they do have money? Let's just be real.
I like to say
there's
subpar.
there's
You know,
there's still a level of quality that they meet. It might not be your taste, but it's not what you see at the local hip hop shows. You know what I'm saying? Where you have this onslaught of talent that ain't serious. It don't sound like nothing at the. You know what I'm saying? There is a level of quality that they meet.
I mean, even if it's not
Once it
quality
sucks.
within the, even if it's not quality within the music, they got something that's marketable. You know, they got the image is marketable. They got whatever it is. They got people who will follow them, stream music, whether
The
it's suck or
industry.
not. Mm-hmm. They got the
The
machine.
industry.
You know, once you got the machine, I mean,
Yeah, no. Once you got the machine, it really don't matter about much else. If I'm being
They
honest,
push the
that's what I
button.
was saying. Even with the money, for example, that's it, bro. You can have no talent, you can have no skill, but you got the whole team behind you. You got people gonna show. You got the promoters who gonna put you on scene, however it is. That's all it is. Literally, the industry, from my perspective, as far as the industry is concerned, if you can bring a crowd, if it looks like you got something going on, they'll put money behind you. You don't gotta be good. I got hella talent, but it's I don't really got that following that this other person got. They'll rather push that because at least it looked like he got something going on. You know what I mean?
So I'm gonna give
So,
y'all, well, until we get Nick back here, I'm gonna give y'all my 2 cents on the situation.
Give
I
us three.
was once in you guys' shoes. Okay. I think I started ain't no thing. I know I started doing music back in 1999. I got signed to
Damn.
Sony in 2006. From 2006 to 2010, I was with Sony. I left Sony and got into a distribution contract with Universal.
Ugh.
Prior to ever getting signed, I would say I opened up for maybe 10 or 15 artists. I got paid for maybe 5 of those shows. The rest of them I had to pay for. Now, the way we did things in music back then, it was guerrilla marketing. I bought a CD burner tower. I burned 100 CDs every single night. If I had a show coming up, I sold 50 at $5 a pop, and I gave 50 away. I'm gonna say I also had about 100 ecstasy pills with me, and I made sure I sold every last one of them. Why? Because that's where I got my money back. What made me successful is that's how I paid for the CDs, the CD tower, building the studio in my house, the travel, putting gas in the car, the hotel. I would actually print up. So I did graphic design. I got real good at Photoshop. I would print up 5,000 flyers from Club Flyers. Every city that I went to, I handed out 5,000 flyers that day, that night. Why? Because it made me look bigger than what I was at the time. By the time Showtime came in all these various different cities, when you hit them 2, 3, 4 times, honestly, I had a following at that point. Why? It was the selling of the CDs. It was the handing the CDs out. It was the playing at the big shows. My thought process was I didn't give a fuck whose show it was. My job was to leave there with 50 to 100 new fans. I needed 50 to 100 new MySpace followers. It was the way I looked at it then is investing in myself. Now, in retrospect and looking back and becoming a show promoter myself and booking shows for pretty much every major artist in the music industry, I've put on a lot of my friends on a lot of shows and never charged them. Why? Because I wanted to give them the opportunity that I never had, which is the same reason why I created a podcast. I created a podcast to give people opportunities to showcase themselves that you're not going to get the opportunity to be anywhere else. As an artist, as you guys are right now, who's beating down your door to interview you?
Not one.
Who's beating down your door to allow you to play your music or do anything?
Not
It
a
was
nutter.
It's the same thing with DJs. I pay for every fucking DJ to go play my shit in a damn bullshit ass club.
Yep.
It is something that has been going on in the music industry, especially the rap music industry, is long before any of us was even around.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just it. At some point in time, it has to be a situation like this where artists have to come together. But I can tell you, it's going to be a long, hard struggle because there's a lot of money involved in it.
Exactly.
And as artists, you're going to have to push yourself to be like the next level of the next level type of artist that people have to listen to. And as you navigate through this process, one of the biggest things that I'm going to say to you is make sure you're putting other people on. You got to take people with you.
Always trying to do that.
And that's the only way it's going to happen. It's the only way it's going to change and that's the only way you are going to make a difference in this crazy, shitty, horrible industry.
That's what I do with the studio.
Yeah.
Again, that's Again, that's what the whole goal of this for. The whole goal is to enlighten and to liberate people so that they understand and they're not ignorant to it. Because the main thing, there's two main things that promoters in the industry exploits. It exploits your ignorance, for one, so you don't know how the industry works. You don't know who the executive is for Def Jam. So they bring somebody and say that you about to perform for Def Jam. This nigga is the janitor at the building. You don't know how, you know what I'm saying? You don't know. So you're able to be exploited. That's how big business exploits the masses, by exploiting your ignorance. And therefore, that's why we have this system where they have they give us a poor education so that we continue to be, we know about the bullshit, but we don't know about what we're supposed to know. So therefore, they exploit your ignorance. The other thing that they exploit is your hope. So you could be the smartest motherfucker alive, but there's still that instance of you, that the little part of you that says, I'm gonna go ahead and try it out. They might be for real this time. You know what I'm saying? And that's where you get the two reasons of how they exploit you. So we at least want to eliminate one, which is the ignorant part, and therefore we want to liberate and enlighten you on the specific moves that are being made, the things that are being done, and we can create a movement out of this so that the pay to play can stop. Because again, it's not just in rapping, it's in dancing, it's in modeling. I get people all the time who hit me up and inbox me like, yo, man, can I get you to vote for me? Vote for me for this dance, or vote for me for this showcase. And then you got to pay for the votes. And then there's no limit to how many votes you can pay. What are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we really talking? Like, these are the things that you got to look for. Like, pay to vote. Like, you're trying to find the best dancers, and you're allowing the winners to really be the person who gets the most votes paid for, and not for the actual talent that you need. And so that's how you know, like, it'd be a bunch of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You have to look out for those kind of things. You know, like, people might switch it up on you and be like, oh yeah, we only charging $15 to perform. But then they're maximizing how many artists. So it's 15 times 50 artists. You know what I'm saying? So their mindset isn't quality. Their mindset is how much money we can get. And so what do? You think, well, shit, it don't matter. It's 50 motherfuckers is gonna be performing. I'm sure they're gonna bring one person, so I'm just gonna take their fans. Nah, that's not how that works. Because when you get there, you waiting on artists, you waiting on your artist to perform. And while you waiting through bullshit. And so you just get uneasy, you get frustrated, ready to go. And I don't even give a fuck about who on stage no more, man. I'm just ready to get the fuck up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So that's how they exploit you. You know what I'm saying? So you have to look out for these kind of tactics and things that are usually obvious. Like, nigga, it sounds like some bullshit. Is there
Nick,
a
you there?
devil's advocate around here? Anybody disagree with what I'm saying?
Nobody disagrees, because if we disagreed, we wouldn't be having the fucking show on Friday.
Somebody disagree. Ashley disagrees. Peace of love, Ashley. He can hear you from here.
Hi, my name is Ashley. My Instagram is AshleyPage_ the model coach. How are you?
Hey, Ashley.
She gotta use a big girl voice.
This is my big girl voice.
Y'all can hear
Good, Ashley.
Yeah, can y'all hear me well?
Yeah, we can hear. Yeah, we can hear.
Well, the reason, I guess it's not, okay, let me try to explain myself. Chill, little baby. So since I have been a part of all of that, because I am a model, a dancer, and I've been a part of so many different establishments and events and all kinds of things, but sometimes that takes place. Those are on the outside. They don't understand, like, there's overhead that needs to be, like, taken care of. There's payment out to those that are part of production. So, like, things need to be taken care of, because nobody works for free in real life. You know what I mean? So I understand that it's kind of like annoying, like, oh, we have to pay for these votes, but like 9 times out of 10, it's a free vote every day. So just vote every day for free. That's why they give you the option.
But those people never win though.
It doesn't matter. For me, my first experience, I was ranked in first place for a very long time until like literally the last day. And a kid won. Why would I be upset about that? You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. I didn't have those paid votes. I had a lot of free votes because people were intentional on voting for me at that time. So it's not like that for everybody.
But what I'm trying to say is, when have you ever had to pay even to have the opportunity to pay? Because what happens is they make you pay for a vote, right? And then after you pay for a vote, there's another round that you have to pay for a vote again.
Because
so like you have to
those
listen.
types
You
of
have to.
establishments, those are donations. If you read fine print, it explains where that money is going to. So you're not being bamboozled. You're just not reading it.
And you really believe that money goes to donations, especially when they do it in every industry. It's almost, what I've learned is that it's usually the same people doing it in all the industries. And it's like, if I'm looking, let's just think about it. If I'm looking for the best dancer, right?
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Let's say I'm looking for the best dancer, right? Like I need the best. Like the whole thing is we're looking for who the best dancer is.
And
But
that's
it's based on. But listen, but it's based on who has the most votes, and in reality, it's who has the most money. That's what the reality is.
Let me play. I'm gonna play devil's advocate in this situation. You do music, correct? Are you ever gonna put your music on a platform where your customers can only listen for free and you never make a dollar?
That's back to my original point. This isn't about not paying to play. This is about exploitation. You understand? So for instance, she brought up the point of things have to be paid for. Let's say they got to pay for the venue. They got to pay for the DJ. They got to pay for security. But who told you to put that event on? Because the reality is, when you putting the event on, that's you. So how are you going to make us, the artist, make sure that your venue and everything is paid for? Because you're really supposed to be having an event where you have your own brand already. Because if you got your own brand and you could put
in a world of capitalism,
that's like
everybody's gonna always do that.
Like getting a pound of weed from somebody and you don't have no clientele. Why even start getting into dealing drugs if you don't have clientele?
So let me interject real quick, because I think as far as like Ashley's talking about with voting and overhead and all of that, yes, when you put on an event, you do understand that there are costs to be paid. To Phile's point, why are you ever going to throw a dance showcase and then have each dancer pay $150 to participate, and then pay to pay for their wardrobe, and then also pay for pictures, and then also pay for their flyer, and then also, you know what I'm saying? Like, we are structuring it differently. We're structuring it differently.
The point is
the whole thing with the dancers thing for me is different, because you put the money up to dance, you put the money up to be, given the opportunity, the wardrobe and all that. But when it comes to the voting, you're telling people they can pay extra money for more votes for whoever they decide they want to win. So we're saying it's not even about her being a great dancer anymore. It's about how many people she can have
It's who's gonna put
provide.
the money up,
You know what I'm
right?
saying? So you got someone,
to put the
so all
money up,
this person won
quality.
just because they had more people able to put the money up. She don't got the talent. She don't got, you know what I mean?
And they probably didn't even put the money up.
That part. So were you looking for the best dancer, or were you looking for the best person to put more money in your pocket?
The most donations.
Okay, so when it comes to the showcases as well, you putting on this whole entire event. Yeah, you provided all this stuff, but that's only because you didn't put a cap on your artist limit. You know, you got 20 artists, 100 artists who's gonna pay $20 at the door. pay more or bring more people into the door just to make more money. You didn't care about the quality of the show at that point. You didn't
Right.
care
And
about,
that
what I'm
is
saying? You
where
just know I'm gonna put on this event and I know I'm gonna get a lot of people coming through because they don't have any other opportunity elsewhere. They're going to pay the $20, which looks pretty easy, which looks pretty simple, inexpensive. When we got like 100 artists signed up and it gets 2 o'clock in the morning and you still have a whole lineup, or ain't nobody caring about that show.
So
everybody's like, why
They
am I
don't care.
here?
They
Your
ready to
audience
go.
done left
So
already, and I
here's
still got to
the
perform.
bad part. Here's the bad part because I've been to plenty of those showcases that you speak of. The bad part about that situation is, unfortunately, there is a group of so-called promoters who don't have a budget, and because they've seen these showcases and these situations happen so often, they know they can get these other artists to
Exploitation.
pay for it. They exploit the hell out of them. But here's the problem.
The
And
literal
that's what
definition.
it's one thing. It's one thing for me to be paying for your show, and there's only 6 or 7 artists, and those 6 or 7 artists is quality. It's gonna be a dope show. You got your own brand of people where you don't even need the artists. You can have a show without the artists. You just got a brand of people, and there's quality. But then if you pay that money and you got 50 rappers, no quality control, the quality is messed up to where there's no benefit to performing at that event when you're only going to be performing in front of rappers
Rappers watching rappers.
and they
Rappers watching rappers
watching
with their best friends.
Yeah.
All right, so let me chime in because I have spent 10 grand on a show. I have had quality artists on the show. And I'm saying that paying to play can be a negative and exploitation from a promoter can be a negative. Because I can honestly say that I spent the money. I paid for everything. And then the quality artist shows up and brings nothing to the table but their skill. So I have been, again, I took a sit back for about a year and a half to figure out where's the disconnect. Because if I'm paying for everything, everything is paid for before you even walk through the doors. So it doesn't matter if one person show up or if it's packed out, it's paid for, right? So now, what is the responsibility that the artist should hold? That's my trying to work with Philae and Six and Plex and Neek and Ashley. I'm trying to figure out what's the medium, because if I'm spending the money and I'm paying for it, I need to know what, because to me, right now, I just feel like you're coming to quality sound, quality stage, quality venue, quality security, everything that you need. I feel like an artist should be able to say, I'm going to do everything in my power to bring my fans, worrying about themselves. And then if everybody worry about themselves and do the best that they can do, then I think we are getting closer to a medium. We're not quite at the medium, but at the same time, if a person like me who's willing to spend the money, that's willing to invest, why are you going to burn that bridge where you make me feel like I'm not going to spend my money because you're not working with me? You working.
That falls under the same thing as like you're being selective on your artists though. You not just have an abundance of random artists coming to your event or just opening the doors for anybody in there. You're being selective on quality artists for your event. So you already know it's going to be good, and then you're requiring certain resources or certain things from your artists. That's cool. That's different. You didn't just put on all this money and you expecting to just open the doors for all these artists to potentially make that profit back, and you don't care about the show no more.
So what you're doing as a promoter, you're running your promotion the same way a record label technically would run their label.
Yeah.
They drop their hottest artists because they have a following. They bring something to the table and they know they're going to make money off of them, which labels exploit their artists all the time. I made $1 million, but they
But-
made
So let me.
$17 million.
Hey, Bailey, somebody got a comment. You go ahead. Bust your.
Oop, oop, oop.
Oh, it's that
Okay,
phone.
yes, this phone. Okay, so
They hear you.
no, I'm trying to scroll up to her comment.
And I got a point to
So
make after.
I have my live on my Instagram. So Bougie June says quality doesn't always sell. First, it's a demand, but you know they do agree, saying the following is more important, which is very true. Because oops, sorry y'all.
And you're right. It's not about. It's not even just about the.
You more
There
coordinated
is
than
a
me.
sense of quality.
That's
Following
what I was
isn't
There
saying
the
is
most
some
earlier.
sense of
important
quality.
thing.
Some
There is
artists may be
value.
trash,
But yeah,
There's
it's
value
not.
in following.
Yeah, it ain't even about if you.
but if you
So
got the
so so
image,
so to P's point.
image could be quality. An image could be quality.
Yeah.
It
It
So
does.
all
to
comes
P.
down to
As a
value.
No,
promoter,
no,
It's
no.
as
always
a
going to
Image
promoter,
come down to
image can
value. Is there
sell.
an
Image
audience?
doesn't
Are you
mean
creating a
quality.
platform? Is the artist getting
here's
Well,
something
if the
from it?
image sells, to
Hold on,
me,
hold
that's
on.
quality.
here's what I'm gonna
So
always say. As a promoter, okay, I just rented out a venue that holds 750 people. I need 750 ticket sales. That's what they're looking for. If they see whatever artist they have that they've booked 3 weeks before the show, they only got 100 tickets sold. Okay, a week before the show, you're now looking at 400 tickets sold. Now I got to sell another 350 tickets like ASAP. Who could I put on the show? What's gonna make it happen? Where is this gonna go?
Let me
so
off of what you
let
just
me
said though. Does that mean you put
get
on
a
the
nigga talk.
event? My bad. Go ahead, Philae. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, my fault. I was gonna say, so when you did that, does that mean you put on the event with the expectation that you could sell those tickets for the event, or did you do it relying on the artist to provide the fans and the audience for your
Relying on
event?
the artist.
Well,
So
that's
in
what,
most
but that's what
cases, you
every
book the
that's what
show
every
for the
No, no, no.
artist and hope that
I'll
the
say,
main artist is going to sell those tickets.
yeah,
But the
like
problem
Live
is it
Nation.
doesn't always happen. So in order for you to try to boost those sales, you try to put what is particularly a name that rings bells in
Yeah,
that city, in those streets.
yeah,
We're
yeah, yeah,
referring
yeah.
to pay to play. Pay to
I'm understanding that. I'm saying, for
between
example,
the
if you was to put on the show,
modeling, it's the concept of exploiting the actual value. So my point to what P was saying earlier and to the whole thing is like I wouldn't like if I'm not a person who's a hustler who's gonna go find clientele and who's gonna go. I'm not gonna get into the industry of selling weed. That's not my industry that I'm going to get into. But what's going to happen if I do get into it? What I'm going to do, it's exploiting once I say, let's say I got the weed, even more because I know I don't got the clientele. So I'm gonna. So if it's if the eighth is worth $35, I'm gonna charge 50 only because I don't have that much clientele. Equivalent to a gas station in the middle of nowhere charging X amount of money of gas only because they know they're in the middle of nowhere and they're taking advantage. That's one of the is it synonyms? Synonym. That's one of the synonyms from exploitation, to take advantage of. You know what I'm saying? They're taking advantage of the
bro, that's like the
situation. You know what I'm
definition.
saying? And what these promoters go into these events. They go into these event throwing without any business sense, without any clientele, without any brand. They couldn't put asses in the seats by themselves. So what they do is it's insecure business practices, because what they're doing is I'm not sure I'm gonna make that money back. So I need to make sure I make the money now before the event even starts. And I'm gonna do that by making the money off of charging rappers and then also maximizing how many artists that I have on the show. Like I don't have no limit to how many artists I'm gonna put on the show, because my idea is I'm gonna make $15 an artist, $20 an artist, 50
Yeah, but
artists.
The question is, quality artists. Hold on one second.
Question.
Quality artists believe people are around waiting for them losing their opportunity for discovery. And once again, it's we got to balance the balance beam, because I hear, I hear y'all in regards to what y'all saying. I hear y'all, but at the same time, I also believe in accountability, because at the end of the day, how can someone come to me when I just spent whatever amount of money to put this function on, where I can choose who to be on there, and they tell me they want to be paid XYZ amount of dollars for their talent,
yeah.
right? And then when I come back to them and ask, well, what's your marketability? See, I don't care about Instagram, because Instagram
It can be fake.
is I don't care about Instagram. I don't care about Snapchat. I don't care about Twitch, any of that. Know why? Because I care about who's going to walk through the door.
But what's your marketability?
My marketability is the
Can
fact.
you put asses
Well,
as the promoter? Can you put
but
asses in the seats
but
without
but it's not
having the artist?
always. So again, I understand exploitation, obviously, but
Get it
but
out.
I
But
also
hold on. Let me get this one out.
hold
Let
on
me get
real
this out.
quick. But
Go ahead.
I also
Go ahead, sis.
understand the artists have to be accountable for the promotion if everything is paid for. And what I mean by that is, if
Of course.
again, Live Nation is
Of
the
course.
biggest live whatever. They pay for the setups, they pay for the venues, they pay for all of that. Now, but they gonna book an artist on tour, let's say Drake or The Weeknd or whatever, and they know they're gonna make their money back. Live Nation itself is not putting 30,000 people in a venue. Like let's keep it real. Nobody's going to
Artist is.
see Live Nation, but
No.
they're going to
Nope.
see. But their Live Nation is going to put The Weeknd on that stage, and The Weeknd is going to put 30,000 people in them seats. So I understand what the promoter is saying. Like, why if I'm paying for the venue?
That's a
But
different
like,
level though. That's a different level. We talking Live Nation. We ain't talking about the nigga. We
But
ain't
no,
talking about the
so
nigga up
here's
the
the
Oh
thing.
street.
yeah,
You
that
Live Nation started off as the nigga in the street and
exactly.
built himself
okay,
up to Live Nation.
yeah, off
He
of
is
that.
a promoter. As a promoter,
Bro, who said that was right though? Who said he didn't him using the same tactics? Who said that that's okay though? Just because they're successful at exploiting people,
No,
who said that
I don't
that's
want to
okay?
use it like successful as exploiting, because I'm hearing
Is it?
what P is saying. If
I'm gonna say,
P
is it
puts together
exploitation
an
of
event,
everybody eating? You know,
Of course, it's
yeah,
the
no,
responsibility.
no,
Of
no.
course, you have
But
to, as an
If
artist,
if
you have to
P
but see,
promote.
if P puts
talking, I'm not.
together an event, and P is a promoter, and P is well known, and he's putting together an event, I've been to P's shows. I've been to his functions or his events, whatever he puts together. I now trust that if he puts another thing, regardless of who's on that lineup, he's going to put on a good event. And I'm going to trust that his
And I don't
lineup
mind
is
paying.
going to be A1, because I had a great time last time I went to a P
I
event.
don't mind paying.
Now, for people who's coming to P and like, hey, yo, if I'm going to be there, I need this much. I need this and that. Okay, now that's a different conversation, because what are you bringing to the table now? You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to pay you this much if you're not providing or bringing in that kind of engagement, audience attraction, marketing
Exactly.
for my show.
That's
Because I'm saying,
Yeah.
So
yeah,
That's
yeah,
understandable, but there's a
yeah, yeah.
value
I'm
though.
understanding the value.
If you put on a quality show and you're doing it the quality way, I don't mind paying for that, because I know he's not. I know P ain't. I know P's not about to have 50
Exactly.
rappers on the stage, and I know that the type of artist that's going to be on your show is going to be of quality. Local artists don't have an organic fan base. That's the real issue behind them selling tickets. Well, of course, if you don't have it and you're not in demand, you still got work to do. That's why there should be tryouts. You should have tryouts. They have friends and rely on friendship to make their career jump. Yeah, that's a fact. I'm not saying there's not a fault for the artist. It's their responsibility. But as a promoter, it's not your job to exploit that. If you know somebody is not good at rapping, why would you take their money? If you know that they're not going to win a competition, why would you take their money? That's why you have tryouts, or you have
I agree with
auditions,
that.
so that you
Yeah.
can filter out the people that are actually serious, so that even if they're not that good, there's still a level of some kind of level of serious
Yeah.
that you can kind of tolerate.
For 1 second, Neek is having some signal issues. She's saying, make sure we don't forget the focus point, which is next is Friday coming.
Hey, yeah, June 27th, F Pay to Play, the movement, the concert. Make sure y'all there. Quality artists. We had auditions for the open mic competition that's gonna be before the actual show. There's gonna be a dance thing. It's gonna be super dope. Y'all definitely want to be there.
So my point.
That's what I want.
Right.
And then I was gonna say I didn't want to interrupt nobody, but like, okay, so Uncle Cam knows because everybody's ear hears different, including judges and taste markers. So tastemakers. So that's what I was about to say. Everybody don't got the same vision and idea for their event, for their show. Sometimes, and this is stuff that's behind the scenes, like sometimes you need that filler artist, somebody that's gonna be like the entertainment, not necessarily great. Like that's what gets the crowd like excited.
But that's still value.
So
That's
to
still
that
value
point,
to the show.
hold on. To that point though, that's like somebody who wants to play basketball. Look, that's like somebody who wants to play basketball with us, right? But they don't know how to dribble with one hand. Maybe you're not that good. Maybe you can't really shoot. But if you can't do the basics of at least dribbling with one hand, you can't even be on the court. You ain't even gotta be that good. There's still a level, some level of quality of, at least not even quality, some level of seriousness. You can't just be out here just, oh, I want to be an artist and then, or I want to be a doctor and you go try to do surgery tomorrow. Like there's certain levels of what?
Sorry. No, go ahead.
What he said?
This is what I got. This is what I got to say. And right now,
no, he is.
Right now, I'm still tweaking. So I just want to put this out here. I'm still tweaking. I feel like,
yeah, that's fine, but still level of quality.
I feel like, give me a second. Let me get it out. I feel like with what I
gotta
do,
filter.
How we gonna move forward and make sure that we have a balance. We have to enter this as a partnership, because at the end of the day, you want everybody to get their sound out. You want to work with the best that you possibly can work with.
That's what I'm trying to get to.
And with that being said, if you know your limitations and you know what you really bring to the table, you know what I mean? This is no cap react. Don't cap on your artistry and say, okay, I'm the hottest thing next to sliced bread, but then your numbers don't show it. So we can come together. We can come together as a partnership, and say, hey, I'm trying to build. You're trying to build. I'm the investor. So if I'm the investor, I'm gonna put out XYZ dollars to get the foundation set, and you guys bring up the rear, help me handle entertainment, and you get a percentage of the event based off of what you produce and based off of what you work. So it's basically the same. All I'm saying is you eat what you kill.
But that's the whole point of this. The whole point of this is us as artists protesting the fact that we are sick of, because what's happening is this way of doing business, has diluted and messed up everything for real local artists, for the actual consumers that are going to the Kendrick concert and the Rihanna concert and everything like that. For those that are actually, you know what I'm saying? Fucked up my damn train of thought. Yeah, so for the people, the consumers that go to those concerts, they don't go to the local shows because they're sick of the shows not being filtered or 5-6 hours waiting through 50 artists. Like the consumers are sick of the way things are, and we're sick of rapping in front of nobody. We're trying to change that.
And I went through this even years ago. You know, the fastest way to combat that, and I used to tell this to artists then too. Throw your own show and sell it out. That shuts everybody up.
That's the way to go.
You become the promoter.
That's the way to go.
You throw the show, you be the headline. I've heard so many people have these exact same arguments for over 20 years, but the number one thing that I have never seen an artist actually do is throw their own show where they sold it out.
So
June
for
27th,
I'm looking
concert.
for the June 27th, hands down. It's going to be crazy. What I'm looking forward to is to find promoters or even myself, because I'm looking to put on shows myself. I don't necessarily want it to be all about the money, because if the quality is there, if the entertainment value is there, people are going to gravitate to it over time. It's not going to be an overnight thing. It's not going to be as soon as you throw it, oh, and it's going to be sold out. Everybody's going to be there, but it's going to grow a name. So then down the line, when I put on a show, everybody's like, they don't know who's going to be there. They don't know who the headliner is. They just know puts on an amazing show, amazing showcases, and the talent's going to be crazy. And the value is going to be there. Whoever I put on there, you're going to trust that the line, you know what I mean? The lineup is crazy. So I don't want to do it to where, the people on the lineup is because they paid the slot. You know what I mean? I was worried about making my money back. I'm worried about the profit. You know what I mean? These people sold 20-odd tickets. Yeah, get them in the door. They're able to get seats in. Like, I'm not going to be worried about seats. That's going to grow over time. If the show is great, it's going to be great. It's like a club, for example. I didn't go to the club because that's where everybody's at. That's word of mouth. People say it was a dope spot. I went in there. It's a dope spot. 2 years later, it's the best spot. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm not going to this amusement park or this concert, this and that, because it's just what's popping right now. Like, no, over time, it grew from that small little pub. People showed up. Now it's like, it's something. If that's what it takes, and that's what it takes.
Yep. So that's what we're trying to get to. We're trying to well, I'm with this F pay to play movement, we're trying to protest that so that maybe promoters can be like, damn, that shit is, I understand where they're coming from, and we can come together, because any business major would honestly tell you that that's a horrible way of trying to make money. Like, Poetic Soul is probably one of the best examples of how to do things. Like, when they first started, it wasn't nobody coming to their shows, but they didn't start saying, look, we need to add 50 more rappers on here, 50 more poets on here, charge them and make money off of the people that want to. No, they batten down the hatches. They said, we need to add a band, we need to do this, we need to make it like this, we need to structure it like this. And it might have took them a year or so, but after about a year or so, they became a household name, and now they have a bigger bag, because it's not only of quality, but it's a brand that they trust. You know what I'm saying? And they, like I said, if you're really trying to get into doing shows and doing events, or any business at all, trying to make money off the rip is the wrong way to go about thinking things. You have to put money in, you have to put the effort in, and then you have to wait for the results after all of that time putting in. You might get lucky, you might not. Either way, you have to put in that time and effort. And that's what a lot of these promoters, I don't even think these promoters doing it, they're doing it intentionally. They're just doing it, they're just adopting what other promoters and what they see at other shows. And they say, oh, I'm gonna just throw a show. That's how they did it, so that's how I'm gonna do it. And then
it made them quick money.
Here we are. You know what I'm
saying? Well, let me, speaking on that note, just to let y'all know, I do like on for Friday the 27th with F play to play. I'm going to take some notes off of that structure, and the next Boss 360 show is going to be a live band. Basically, I want to know who really got real skills, and the live band is playing everybody's set. So that means that it is going to be no USB. Yeah, it's not going to be true. no you
gotta have
main vocals. It's going to be live band playing your music just as if and really see. And we're going to do the same concept of selection, all that good stuff.
You gonna come from Philly?
We're gonna put up. We're gonna put up some money. We're gonna put up some money, just so we can make sure that people feel as though they doing what they needed to do. It's not going to be an overwhelming ticket price to get in. It's not going to be a charge to perform. It's just we just have to go through the elimination process, which moving the conversation forward. I guess Philae, Six, Plex, y'all can go ahead and talk about the process that y'all came up with for this show.
Yeah, so for F Pay to Play, we basically put our money up for the show and everything, for the venue and everything like that. And our mindset is not going into this show with how much money can we make. That's not our mindset when we get into the show. Our mindset is how can we create a quality show, and what money is it going to take to be able to create this quality show? Because in that quality show is going to create an opportunity for us to throw another one and another one and another one. So what we did was we wanted to throw a
Somebody don't know what no vocal tracks are.
no main vocals. No,
What's up,
no
Courtney?
main
Thanks for
vocals.
tuning in.
So what we so we're
Right here is a question.
So what we're doing is we're having an open mic competition before the actual concert show. And the way we did the open mic contest, we picked 10 contestants, and we did like a live review to where we basically, it was like an audition where we did like a live review on Instagram where we listened to all the artists that submitted music, and then we picked the 10 best. And now they're going to compete at the show. And we did that because, again, we're filtering out. It's called quality control. We're trying to control the quality. So we picked 10 contestants from that live music review. Nobody paid. It was all free. You know what I'm saying? And now they're going to compete for some money on Friday. And then after they compete, so again, it's only going to be 10 artists. The show should be about 3 hours long. You know what I'm saying? The best churches to go to is the ones that be like, nigga, we in and out. A few hours, you know what I'm saying? We in and out of that motherfucker. Them churches where you be, you know what I'm saying?
Want to make a note too. The as far as like the judging for the contestants to choose out of 10, it wasn't amongst like just us. It was just our ears, our audience. It was amongst like other consumers, whether you was into music, you were not into music, producers, engineers. Just is literally a room. Anybody of any kind of caliber, you know what I'm saying? So all ears was accepted, all opinions was
And
accepted.
we didn't charge for auditions. We didn't charge for auditions. I don't got a bunch of, and then we actually handpicked certain artists that we feel are of quality for the show, like Boss C. We got Liv B performing. We got After Dawn. We got Plex performing. We got Six Keys performing.
You got Lil Perla performing.
You got Lil Perla doing the choreography. Man, we made sure that we picked quality, and I made sure that I'm gonna make sure that I pay all of them. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. We make sure that we take money out of our pockets for the sacrifice for the quality, because we know there's a bigger picture to this. You know what I'm saying? So again, we didn't go into this with the intentions of trying to make money. We went into this with the intentions of trying to bring a quality show, because we do music. I do music, so I wanted to throw a show where, you know what I'm saying, where I felt like it could be the right way, you know?
So I guess the big question is, who's pulling up on Friday the 27th at 8 o'clock? Boss 360 is going to be in with a whole section. We just going to be doing it up. And if anybody know me personally, hey, I'm bring your Tylenol. That's all I'm saying. Bring your Tylenol. I don't pop out a lot, but
I don't know
bring your Tylenol, because it's gonna be crazy.
I don't pop
Fuck
out
the
for
industry.
shit. If I do pop out, I pop out the right way. I will be there on Friday night. No
Yes,
cap.
sir.
As well as Cut the Noise will be live.
AINIKO. You can find it on FelaMusic.com. That's FELAmusic.com.
Go ahead, Bailey. You don't pop out for shit.
Yeah,
That's
I said I
all
don't pop out for shit, but I will be popping out this weekend. It'll be me, No Cap Reacts, as well as my guys. I have another podcast which is called Cut the Noise. We will all be in the house on
Cut
Friday
the Noise
night.
gonna be in the building.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. What's next on the agenda for the night?
We got people
Fuck
and
the
brands
industry.
to watch out for in 2025. Who should we be looking out for, and what brands are they bringing to the table for 2025?
Use your big girl voice.
6 Keys. Be looking out for 6 Keys. He got some shit coming. He got some crazy videos coming. He got some crazy songs coming. I think Ashley got some things going on.
Talk about
I
it.
do.
There it
Let
is.
me bring this mic just a little
Oh, she want the
closer.
mic all the way over
Just
now.
because
Your sound disappeared.
Yeah, but say check the sound, check the sound.
Yeah, we can
we
hear you.
good.
y'all hear me now? You hear me? Okay, cool.
That's her argument voice.
Relax. Okay, so again, I'm Ashley Page _ the model coach on Instagram. So just a little bit of background. I'm a model and I dance and do all kinds of stuff. I've creative directed and choreographed, and I've been on countless runways and TV shows. My nephew just told me today, "Hey TT, I seen you in a McDonald's commercial today." I'm like, "Really? Find it and send it to me." So like, you know, I'm doing a lot. I just recently did a music video with this artist named Matthew, and you guys should be familiar with Akeem Ali.
Yeah, I know it
I
came
don't
out
know if you
very
guys
well.
heard of him, but so I'm gonna be in one of his music videos that's coming out. So, you know, I'm doing a lot, and I will be putting on my first fashion show. That's why I was back here side eyeing you. I'm like, but you know, I got some things coming up, and you know, it take money to make money, like you said. So there was like, it was like this with things you were saying. It was like, okay, I agree with this, but I don't agree with that. So, but you know, I do have my fashion show coming up in the fall, so just be on the lookout for that. Auditions and castings and all that stuff that'll be posted. But yeah,
Judge.
I haven't picked my judges yet. I know for sure my mama was like, make sure I'm on the judging panel, so she's on. But yeah, I'm definitely
Steve,
looking for quality. It's gonna be some dancers and all kinds of stuff. I have a great DJ, so yeah,
did
I'm
you
looking
guys have
forward to
anything
it.
thrown in the city for Father's Day?
Nah,
Man,
I went to the beach and got a pina colada for Father's Day.
I mean, you celebrated.
That was as much. That was the best I got. $20 entry fee and a pina colada.
Some.
fuck the industry.
Plex,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
what you got
What
coming up
about
in
a day?
2025?
Are you gonna have
2025. I got a personal project that I'm planning on releasing pretty soon. A couple singles.
Pull her in.
Me personally, I got
Pull her in.
I do collaboration albums or collaboration projects with sort of artists from Arizona. So I tap in with, you know, I get a beat, create the concept, hooks, and everything like that, and I get artists to hop on the tracks and just bring people together as far as, you know, get them to work together. They probably never would have crossed paths before, and just put together a nice little, well quality collaboration project, whether it's an EP or album. I dropped one last year called Valley Summer. I got a Valley Winter coming up, so expect something coming in November or December. And
Got a Valley
that's the
Fall.
next one. That's the next one. No, I'm
See, I
serious.
knew it.
The first one was Valley Summer, and then I wanted to follow Valley Winter, and I was gonna go down the line. So as soon as Valley Winter done, I'm gonna do the spring one, and then the fall gonna come right after that.
That's clever.
So
That's
it's
cool.
pretty dope. It's gonna be nice little 6 to 8 track little EPs, little projects, something quick, but it's gonna be real dope. All overseen by me. I'm probably gonna be on the tracks. I might not even be on the track itself. It's just gonna be something I help put together. But that's what I'm looking forward to as far as this year.
post a lot?
Feel like what you got coming up 2025?
Check it out. Check it out. Mike, check. Can y'all hear me? We got a lot. I got a lot of shit going on this year, man. I got a project. I think it's gonna be a EP. I got an EP that's gonna be that we kind of been working on. Got some crazy features from Big Doobie, from Six, from Jag from Rock Nation. I got a feature with Boss C, a feature with Liv B, and we created some really dope songs. We created some really dope songs. I've been creating a lot of music this year, and I've been doing a lot of stuff because I've gotten to a point in my career because you start off as an artist, and then you start off with the mindset of I gotta get signed. And like almost my whole career has been about I gotta get signed. And then the naiveness left me. And now it's like the industry wants nothing to do with you. They want nothing to do with anybody who has a good head on their shoulders. That's why they pick them young, because they want to create a grasp and a grip on the artist and the money that they create from the artist. You know what I'm saying? So I've gotten into this really dope position and place in my life where I'm solid in my foundation and not trying to be signed and not trying to be accepted by an industry that only wants to oppress people. Because you have to think these labels are tied to these big businesses, and these big businesses only want to exploit and oppress us. That's how they make the money that they make. And so me being comfortable with that has allowed me to really just be free, because there's a just be because when you're you know what I'm saying, trying to get in the industry, there's a lot of things you don't do, a lot of things you don't say, a lot of things, you know what I'm saying, because you don't want to touch this person, you don't want to touch that label, you don't want to touch that industry, you don't want to do this, you don't want to burn this bridge. After it just I'm freer now, you know what I'm saying? So I have a lot of stuff that I'm gonna be doing to try to make independent dominant over against the industry.
All right. And then P,
Yeah. Yeah.
what you got for
Yo,
2025?
Man, he said like 5 things already.
What you got for 2025?
what I got for 2025 is to be a supporting cast support system for the people that I see is really trying to branch off and be a resource for not everybody, but for the selected few. Be a resource for them. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to be doing piggybacking off of this, using some of their techniques. I'm going to be doing that with the live band. No USB, no airdrop. You're performing directly with the live band, and we're going to have artists. Basically, I'm going to pay all the selected artists to actually perform, and we're going to have a open mic for artists that actually entered, which is part of their process. I did like that. So,
Yeah.
and then on top of that, everyone that do enter and we like their music, I'm saying we as the selective group, which is a combination of a lot of different ears, not just our ears, from all next walks of life. We're gonna do nothing but music from that group. So if we have 10 artists that's performing and 10 artists and 20 artists in total, their music will be in rotation throughout the event. So regardless if they're performing live, their music is going to be heard, played, things of that nature. So we're not going to be playing Drake, or I'm just using that as a name.
Free J. Cole.
Yeah, J. Cole will not be played. It will only be the music. It will only be the
Free
music.
Kendrick.
The second thing that I will be setting up, which somebody on Ashley chat, something that I come from a dancing background myself. I don't dance no more, but at the end of the day, I've been wanting to get with dance crews in Arizona to do a full-fledged like a Paul Mitchell style dance competition in some of the places that I've seen. I think I know a venue that I would like to have it at, which is in Tempe. So I'm gonna get with I guess whoever Ashley brings to my attention, and then we're gonna put together a dance battle. And far as the particulars on that, I guess that will come out once we get further down the road, as long as her schedule for works.
Yeah, fuck Tyler Perry.
Smoking weed. Don't worry.
So,
All right.
Go ahead.
outside of that,
Hey, look, I just want to say, man, don't, hey, before we go, y'all,
We still
do
got
not,
stuff going on.
huh?
What's next, Bailey?
Hey, but I still want to say, Don't let the news fool you. NBC, ABC, NS, whatever. Don't let them fool you. They're all run by big business. And
What's
yeah.
the Boss 360 vision for Arizona?
To Jars Cannabis.
Independent dominance.
No, the vision for Bar 360 is to move into investments, to move into just not just doing shows. I want to start looking at festivals. I want to start looking at just opportunities in a lot of different areas because I frequent in music, fashion, and dance. I definitely enjoyed Icon Living Affairs, so I got to bring that back with the music, fashion, and dance because it was super dope. And I mean, I got to bring it back. Everybody love. And if anybody don't know what the Icon Music Affair was, that was basically where we honored people from all arts. That's hip hop, that's dancing, that's modeling, that's fashion design, entrepreneurship, and we gave plaques to the people that's out here doing it. We're not saying that they're finished with the process, but we're just letting them know and acknowledging them that we see them. You know what I mean? We see them, and that's.
You should take it on a tour. And you said you have big visions.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You should see how tall he is, though.
yeah. I'm short. I'm Napoleon's height. Yep, a great conqueror. But yeah, and then once we develop this in Phoenix, Arizona, I am from the East Coast, so I will be looking to take this to. I got ties in Raleigh, North Carolina, ties in New York City, ties in California, ties in Boston, Detroit. So I've been in every single state in the United States, and I've been in about 4 countries. So Dublin, Ireland, I have connections there, and I can tell you right now, they love American hip hop in Dublin, Ireland. So I mean,
England?
Ireland.
I know, but
Erland.
Scottish, Scots, the Scots, not the English.
they like hip hop.
They love-
Yes,
They love them some
Yes.
hip hop.
yes.
They love hip hop out there,
Already-
boy.
and at the same time, you know, I constantly post stuff that goes on in Miami. I have people that's out of Haiti and in Miami that does a lot of fashion shows and stuff like that, and I kind of get you guys a one up. Now, me and Ashley was talking about this earlier today. When we was talking about it, I told her, I said, I have no dog in the fight. All I can do is share the information. If you go and you say, hey, this is where I got the information from, that's going to give you a one leg up over everybody else because you're coming because I asked you to go. Now, of course, it's not going to just be a blind go. It's going to be layouts. Like, I'm going to make sure, like, your transportation. Yes, I used to live in New York and I lived in Philly. And, you know, I used to hang out in Jersey, up in Newark, in East Orange. So I know those places. Yeah, I know those places. I've been in them places. I traveled in them places a lot. So yes, and New York and New Jersey is pretty much the same place. It's just across.
Yeah.
It's just across. It's just across the bridge.
Disagree with that.
Well, when I say the same place, I'm talking like you can be right now in Jersey doing this, and right now in Jersey, jump on the train. 15 minutes later, you in New York. You know what I mean? So when I say the same place, I'm talking about they're so close.
Proximity.
They're so close.
Got it.
It's like going from Mesa. It's like going Mesa to Chandler.
I feel it.
Yeah. So it's not far, but these are the visions. South Jersey, like you talking about down in Seaford, Vineland. You know what I mean? What are you talking about South Jersey? Because don't say Trenton. Trenton is in the middle.
The UMG founder, you know, they've changed their last name 5 times. Yeah, man. Was it Lucianus or something like that? What's
Exactly.
the UMG CEO? Lucian, whatever. Yeah, they've changed their name. Their family has changed their names 5 different times.
Why?
Come on, man. You know why big business
Like,
you know why
why you
big
bring
business
it?
does that.
Yeah, I'm asking why is that?
Well, I'm definitely
I
gonna
was
say
confused.
What was
I
next?
appreciate y'all showing up tonight. Friday night, F pay for play. Where's the location?
Pay to play. F pay to
F
play.
pay to play.
He didn't want to curse.
Where's
He's a
the
cursor. He
F
didn't want to
pay.
curse.
That's why we said
where's the
F.
location, Fila?
That's the location.
The location is at the stadium, downtown Phoenix. So y'all make sure y'all
What
get
time
there
does
for
the
the
doors
parking,
open?
man. The doors open at
Nah, tell them
8.
7, and they'll be there at 8.
7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Doors open at 7 o'clock.
That's true.
Doors open at 7. The event should be no later than 11 o'clock.
All right, who?
So
3-hour event. Yeah, it's gonna be bang bang.
we got
What
2 things
artists are
going on.
gonna be
So
performing?
The event is the 27th. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm sharing with this. We got 2 things going on at the same time. So the show is the 27th at the Club Stadium, downtown Phoenix. Doors open at 7 o'clock. If you come in, ride with us. Ashley's coming in the building to support La Perla. La Perla's not
Yes,
here.
that's my baby.
La Perla's not here, but at the end of the day, come represent La Perla. If you're interested, Ashley will share my Instagram, and I will get you guys taken care of coming through the door, whatever the case may be. It'll be all right. People that's coming, go.
We got Boss C,
Bossy.
got a parrot. We got Boss C, we got Live B,
Live B.
we got After Dawn,
After Dawn.
we got Plex,
Plex.
we got 6 Keys,
6.
Sonny the Juice, Big
Sonny the
Juice,
Juice,
Big Juice.
Big Juice. He do muscles.
And then we got Rock Nation artist Jag that I'm flying out from Vegas.
And special guest artist Jag.
And then we got
Rock Nation in the
we got La Perla doing the choreography and the dancing.
Yep, and I'm gonna take
We got
Perla and Ashley down.
we got Mr. Trotter and Neek
Invoice.
hosting. And then we got DJ Ronnie Tech on the 1s and 2s.
Ronnie Tech.
What's the how much it costs to get
There
in?
it is.
It's 15 to get in. But we doing a whole bunch of stuff where we just giving out tickets, man. We might not make nothing off this shit. The money out of, but I guarantee you people gonna feel good. They're gonna be in and out,
Have
able to
fun.
get home
And
to
leave
their
with good
kids or whatever
spirits.
else, or even go to another spot,
Smith.
go to another. They're gonna go to the other spot down the street. And then what's gonna happen is people they're gonna love that event. It's gonna be an example of, oh yeah, if he was to throw another event,
I was
I'll
just
go
gonna
to
say that. They're
And
gonna
then
know. Next time, F pay to play, they gonna know. Yeah,
F pay to play, man. F pay to play. And then hopefully, because we got some promoters that aren't keen to what I do, that hit me up and say, hey, we're gonna show up, man. See how y'all do. And so hopefully we can get a dialogue with the promoters, and then we can make this, at least in Arizona, we fuck everywhere else for now. In Arizona, we can at least make this a place where artists and promoters and media, everybody is working together against everybody else.
Right. Find that middle ground.
Find the middle ground. I don't have no problems with nobody. My thing is if we can work something out to where there's a bigger bag for you. Trust me, it's a way bigger bag.
All right.
Fuck the industry and Tyler Perry.
I'm not gonna be like.
Thank y'all motherfuckers for
Alright.
tuning in tonight. This is another episode.
She said she
of
ain't supposed
Sunday
to
Night Live.
Is it gonna work?
I speak for me.
Yeah, he speaks
For
for me.
Speak for
my
me.
guest Plex, I had you booked to show up last year. You flaked. But get
What
your
show?
ass on the show. On my show, motherfucker.
Hey, you know what? You know what? I ain't gonna act like that. I remember now. Something came up and I sure did not hit you back. That's my fault, brother. I apologize.
It happens. Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Go Get 'em. What kind of camera is that, man? Look like you got baby oil on the
I was about
camera.
to say,
That's called 8K, baby. Say
On 8K.
Sony. Nothing but 8K.
That's that Diddy K.
You know, Diddy
Baby
oil over
oil
here is called
K.
good skin. Drinking a lot of water. You should try it.
There's some lighting on my end.
Yeah, and the lighting over here is
I gotta
absolutely.
come
You've been
now.
over here. You already know this motherfucker is amazing.
Yeah, that lighting over there.
He
definitely
ugly.
got to tap in though too though. I apologize for the last thing, but yeah,
We appreciate
appreciate
you
it
for
I'm
having
gonna
us.
have y'all back again. We gonna do this again. We definitely gonna. I ain't gonna lie. I've been slacking a little bit on doing the individual interviews like I used to do on a regular basis.
yeah.
But in the last year and a half, a lot of things have actually changed in my life. I retired, and I got busier. I didn't get get any.
That's the opposite.
Yeah, so focusing on friends, family, and music. Friends, family, and my businesses, and less on bullshit. So I've been busy as hell. But I'm gonna get back to doing my interviews and get everybody
so
back in here to where we start doing this on a regular basis again. And I got, like I said, I got another podcast and a platform that I've been trying to build with some other young brothers. So
The president does not run the country. Stop acting
Okay.
like the
be like,
president
why
runs
do
the
you
country.
go
The
on these
president does
wild
not
ass
have nothing
tangents? Ain't nobody talking about that nigga right now. We are talking
has
about
nothing to do
pay to
with
play.
anything.
Nothing else matters right now.
Delay said this is a platform. He gonna get out what he need to get
Look,
out.
he got something to say about everything
Better
all
get
the
off
time.
quick.
Totally loses consciousness on where he at.
hey yo, Bailey, hit me up, man, so we can figure out what you need for setup, so we know what type of space you're
I'm
looking
not
at.
finna I'm not gonna live stream. I haven't been to the stadium. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't have the time to go figure out what what shitty internet they got and what it's gonna do. What I'm gonna do is me and my guys are gonna we gonna take some videos.
I could bring
Gonna
my
bring us
internet
on
box
hotspot.
with me.
So
My mama bringing my
I
my
can shoot
Wi-Fi
it
with me everywhere I
live,
go.
but the setup time that it takes to get a lot of this shit out of here and to get it to another location. Friday, I have 3 car dealerships to run that I'm gonna leave at promptly at 7 o'clock to get home,
Labor costs.
change, and get to the stadium. So
Hey, bro, then I see you there. We go.
yeah, I can say what I'm gonna say is this.
I see you there.
Let me know how much a section costs. I'm gonna be more on relax, sit back, and chill. We gonna be taking videos. I'm gonna create some videos out of it. I'm probably gonna still pull people and do some interviews. It still go. I got my phone shooting 8K, so I'm not finna lose nothing.
All right, we'll talk about the second session. I got one. I talked to Neat and get the second section right beside mine, and we just make
we
it
can
one
do it
big
that way.
motherfucker.
Oh,
Say less. We
Hey,
on it.
hey, what kind of
The
camera
one
is
that I'm on,
you already said.
You said it's 8.
He just said 8K. He didn't
it's the
say what
Sony.
kind of
It's
camera.
the Sony A74R
Sony A7.
It look good.
with a
finna
30
grab
millimeter prime lens.
Finna
It's
go
really
grab
the
that.
lens for real. The lens is like $900.
Yeah, just copy a new link.
So, all right.
All right, say less. Well, go ahead, do your
Thank you.
Appreciate
Peace
y'all.
and love.
I
Stay
appreciate
liberated.
you.
Where we gonna see this? Where we gonna be able to?
I already sent you the link, motherfucker. Check your text messages.
I appreciate you.
All right, Plex, I'll be hitting you up.
Yes, sir. Do please do.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. It is called F Pay to Play. The music industry has been something that has been exploiting people for quite some time. I actually had someone this morning that I had a very good conversation with because he's older than me. Him and his wife was involved in the music industry. They got in a little late and things didn't technically work out the way they wanted to. The music industry is one of those industries that It's just not for everybody. And a lot of people don't truly understand that. They don't understand that trying to become the next it thing in music and entertainment is not for everybody. And until you truly get involved into the music industry, you will never understand that. It is a lot harder than what a lot of people think. It's like looking for a manager, but you have no following. A manager should actually be looking for you. It shouldn't be the other way around. If for any reason you are looking to get exposure, yeah, you could pay to go get it on the show. But I mean, from experience, I can tell you something. If you don't have good music and you don't know what you're doing, 9 times out of 10, you're just wasting your time and you're wasting your money. Everything in life has its ups and its downs. It has its positives and its negatives. It's all about whatever it is that you plan on doing or how you plan on doing it. Always put your best foot forward and never really count on somebody else to be able to create something for you. You got to be able to do it for yourself. If you're not able to pay for your business because you are your brand, you are your business, if you can't afford yourself in this lifestyle that you want to create and this business of music that you want to get into, it's probably not the best thing for you. Some people learn the easy way, some people learn the hard way, and some people don't learn at all. What I will say is Friday night at the stadium, you probably need to show up, come see some hot artists right here in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm gonna make one of my very few appearances in the public, and we gonna have some fun. So meet me there. Outside of that, I want to say thank y'all for tuning in for another episode of No Cap Reacts. I'm your man Bailey, aka Mr. Go. Get him. And I will see y'all. I would say on Friday, but